There have been two significant problems for Arsenal this season, which have resulted in yet another trophyless campaign. The first is their numerous and significant injuries, and the second is their lack of cutting edge up top, which said injuries have exacerbated. Remove ads. For example, as things stand, the North Londoners have scored 17 goals fewer than Liverpool in the Premier League despite being just one place behind them in the table. So, with such a clear deficit between them and their title rival, it's hardly been surprising to see a host of talented attackers linked with the Gunners in recent weeks, such as Mbeumo. Although even with his lofty price tag, one of Arsenal's own stars is worth millions more. Why Arsenal wants sign Mbeumo? So, according to reports from earlier this week, Arsenal are keen on signing Mbeumo during the summer. But what is it about him that has caught the North Londoners' eye? Well, the main thing is that even though he's not the biggest name around and plays for a team who were in the championship just a few seasons ago, the Cameroon international is a mean goal-scoring machine. For example, in just 41 appearances, totaling 3,487 minutes this season, the unplayable attacker, as dubbed by Brentford boss Thomas Frank, has scored 19 goals and provided 9 assists, which comes out to an average of a goal involvement every 1.46 games, or every 124.53 minutes. Moreover, on top of his prolific nature in front of goal, the former Troyes star can play in a number of different positions, from right wing to center forward to second striker, and he's even made a few appearances off the left. In all, Mbeumo would bring a mountain of goals with him to the Emirates and help bulk out Arteta's attacking options, making his supposed £60 million price tag seem relatively reasonable. Yet, while he'd likely be a hit in North London, the Brentford star would have to hit the ground running and then some to see his valuation get anywhere near one of his potential teammates. The Arsenal star worth millions more than Mbeumo. The good news for Arsenal is that while they haven't all performed at their best this season, they do have a few very talented attackers in the squad, such as Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, and Kai Havertz. However, when it comes to someone who is worth considerably more than Mbeumo, only one player stands out: Bukayo Saka. Yes, according to Transfermarkt, the young Englishman is worth up to an astounding €150 million, which is about £126 million, or a whopping £66 million more than the Brentford ace is likely to cost the club. Now, while that might sound like an absurd valuation, it's probably a fair one, as despite still being just 23 years old and missing over 3 months of the season, the hail-in superstar has still been the Gunners' most productive player this season. For example, in just 36 appearances, totaling 2,592 minutes, the legend in the making, as dubbed by talent scout Jacek Kulik, has scored 12 goals and provided 14 assists, which comes out to an average of a goal involvement every 1.38 games, or every 99.69 minutes. Moreover, according to FBref, he sits in the top 1% of attacking midfielders and wingers in Europe's top 5 league for shot-creating actions from shots and goal-creating actions, the top 2% for expected assists, the top 5% for goals plus assists and more, all per 90. Remove ads. Ultimately, while Mbeumo would be a brilliant signing, it feels unlikely that he'd ever be as valuable as Saka, as the talismanic winger is already performing at a world-class level and has many more years to get even better.